As we welcome you back here to Drake Field as we are getting set for game number 2. And the Pierre Governor is looking for a sweep of the Mitchell Colonels. John Wickler here on this Monday evening as you're listening to KCCR Pierre, a Riverfront broadcasting station. We can go through the starting lineups. First for the Pierre Governors who are, again, looking for an opportunity to pick up that sweep. George Staley lead things off. He's a center fielder. Nolan Peterson will bat second. He's playing second base in game number 2. Jet Zabel will be on the mound as he is batting third. Charlie Simpson will catch and bat fourth. Spencer Easel, the left fielder, batting fifth. Sutton Sunshine, the right fielder, batting sixth. Cooper Twilger, the first base, will bat seventh. Dawson Getz, the shortstop, batting eighth. And Carter Scheffelbein will bat ninth for the Governors in game number 2 of our doubleheader. For the Mitchell Colonels, it'll be Landon Solik that will lead things off. He is playing second base. Peyton Mandel will bat second and play short. Parker Mandel is batting third. He will play first base. Jackson Hartman, the right fielder, will bat fourth. Mason Herman, the pitcher in game number 2, will bat fifth. Batting sixth and playing left field will be Kendall Skinner. Hudson Borgen will be batting seventh and playing center field. Blake Burrows is catching in game number 2, and Ian Weber will be the third baseman. He will bat ninth for the Mitchell Colonels. And again, as I said earlier, Mason Herman will be on the mound for game 2 as we are just about set and ready to go for the second game. Umpires are making their way back towards the field and getting set to exchange lineups and getting set for first pitch. So we will step aside for another 3 minutes, come back with first pitch after this. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR, watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
At AgTegra, we're leveraging the power of the cooperative to benefit our farmers and ranchers, their families, and local communities. We're creating jobs for your neighbors and putting money back into our communities. We're lending a hand in our rural fire departments, food banks, and 4-H and FFA programs. That's what local is all about. When you do business at AgTegra, you help us make a difference in your community. AgTegra, strong, stable, dependable, and local.
Stolken Peterson LLP has been your local CPA firm for over 40 years, offering tax preparation, bookkeeping, payroll, and consulting services. If your business, farm, or ranch needs professional, accurate, and reliable services, we are your firm. Our clients are our number one priority. If you need a higher level of accounting service, give us a call at 605-224-5828. That's Stolken Peterson LLP, 222 East Missouri Avenue in Pierre. Comtech, your local technology solutions provider, is now located on the truck bypass. With great brands like Bose, Sonos, LG, Samsung, Lenovo, and so much more. Stop in to see their new showroom for everything in stock for your personal or business needs. Comtech provides professional installation and service after the sale. Comtech is your local technology store, located now on the truck bypass, or visit us on the web at comtechplus.com.
As community bankers, BankWest employees are deeply committed to supporting local causes, growing the local economy, and creating local opportunities. At a time when you can bank anywhere, we hope you choose BankWest. We'll be your financial partner for the long haul, helping you and your community achieve financial success. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Nystrom Electrical Contracting in Pierre has been providing professional sales, service, and installation since 1977. Whether you're starting from scratch, new construction, or you're upgrading your current system at your home, farm, or office, give the professionals at Nystrom Electrical Contracting a call. They've got a lot of bright ideas. Call Nystrom's today to schedule a free computer-generated estimate. The number is 224-8750, or visit their website at nystromelectric.com.
Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping wants to make it easy for you to get that lush green lawn and that yard haven that you've been dreaming of. Visit dakotasprinkler.com to make appointments for sprinkler system spring startup, service calls, fall winterization, and landscaping quotes. Trust Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping's professionals to get you through the planning and installation to make your landscaping needs a reality. Visit dakotasprinkler.com today.
As we welcome you back here, we are getting set for game number 2. The Mitchell Colonels just about set to take the field and get us ready to go for our second game. And the Governors are looking for the sweep of the Colonels after winning the first game 7-0 behind 7 hits and no errors and 7 men left on base. Mitchell had no runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 3 men left on base. As the Colonels will take the field, and it will be Mason Herman that will be the man on the mound. And for Mason Herman, this will be his second start and second appearance overall. 5 innings in that first start, a win, the only win for the Mitchell Colonels. He gave up just 1 hit, 2 runs, both of them earned on 5 walks, 9 strikeouts, with a 2.8 ERA and a 1.2 WHIP and a batting average against at .62. So for Mason Herman and for the Mitchell Colonels, they go to him to try and stop this small skid that they're on, now 1-5. But obviously with where Mason Herman is at, this is a must-win game, and where the Mitchell Colonels are at, this is a must-win game for Mitchell now that they fall to 1-5. Obviously, they're gaining seed points regardless because of how the season started for them and how it's gone to this point with their seed point losses and wins, that they actually gain points regardless if they win or lose this game. But obviously a win will be a lot bigger of an advantage with the fact that they would pick up 47 points.
Batting first for Pierre.
It'll be George Stalley
Number 1.
to lead things off. Here's the first pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 1 as we are underway here in game number 2. First pitch at 7:10. So game 2 is officially underway. The 0-1 pitch is just outside for a ball, and the count is now 1-1. 65 degrees here at first pitch time. Winds are still at 15 miles an hour, gusting at 24 west-northwest winds. There's a chopper left side. Peyton Mandel will field it short. The throw to first will be in time to retire Stalley. And the leadoff man is gone here to open up the ball game.
Batting next is the second baseman, number 4, N. Peterson.
Here is Nolan Peterson, the second baseman, who picked up a couple hits in game number 1. Picked up a hit in game number 1. Had a one-out double in the top of the first inning. First pitch to him is upstairs for ball 1 from Mason Herman. And again, he has a lone win on the mound. 5 innings of work for Herman in that win. Here's the 1-0 pitch. This will be popped up, foul. That'll get out of play, and the count is now 1-1. And a spot here for, again, this Mitchell Colonel team to try and pick up their second win of the season, as this will be upstairs, and it counts now 2-1. A team that is a young team. There's several guys that returned and have varsity experience coming into this season, but a lot of graduating seniors from last year's squad, as that is upstairs, and the count is now 3-1 here to Nolan Peterson. Herman not wanting to give up a walk here early on. 3-1 pitch is right down the middle for a strike, and the count's now 3-2. The 3-2. This one will be lifted out towards left center field. Long run. That's going to get down for extra bases. Nolan Peterson, just like he did in game number 1, will have a one-out double. His second double today. And Pierre's got a runner in scoring position here with 1 out in the top of the first inning.
Batting next for Pierre is the pitcher, number 12.
And a chance for Jed Zabel to help himself out before he even takes the mound of the base hit to try and score Peterson. And he stands on second with 1 out here in the top of the first. Zabel had an RBI sac fly in game number 1. Went 0 for 3 overall, 2 ground outs. Herman working from the stretch. First pitch is outside for ball 1. Zabel gets the start after last Saturday, not this past Saturday, but the Saturday before on the 13th, when he went he went all 7 innings, but went 6 2/3 innings of no-hit baseball. This will get to the left of Blake Burrows. It will get Peterson over to third in a 2-0 count, and fly ball will get the job done to try and drive in Peterson. We'll see if the infield comes in all the way around, at least the third baseman so far. And Weber is coming in front of the bag. He's around that green part of the infield turf. As Herman will come set from the stretch and deliver the 2-0 pitch. That'll miss low and away, and the count goes to now 3-0. Get you a full look at the outfield here and the infield in just a moment. Go around the horn defensively. But the count is 3-0 here to Jet Zabel. 3-0 pitch. That'll miss for ball 4. Zabel will draw the 4-pitch walk, and it's first and third now with 1 out. And he'll bring up the catcher in Charlie Simpson.
Batting next for Pierre is a catcher, number 21, Charlie Simpson.
So out and left is going to be Skinner. Morgan is in center, and Hartman is in right. It is Weber at third, Peyton Mandel at short, Solik at second, Parker Mandel at first, Blake Burrows behind the plates, and Mason Herman on the mound here for the Mitchell Colonels and dealing with the jam here in the top of the first inning. Charlie Simpson, the cleanup man, the catcher, waits on the first pitch. Zabel takes off. Simpson will line that one foul down the third base line for strike 1. I say Zabel, but there's a courtesy runner for Zabel over at first. Runners at first and third, and 1 out here in the top of the first. The 0-1 pitch, runner takes off again, swing and a miss. The throw to second is going to be cut off. Back to the plate, the tag, they got him out at home. Peterson took off. They tried that in game number 1, did both the Governors and the Colonels. Solik's throw to the plate was wide. This time was on the money. One hopped right into Burrows, who caught it and placed the tag down on Peterson trying to score. And so he is out at home, and there's now with an 0-2 count. There's 2 outs and a runner on second. So he scored 2-4-2. And a stolen base, Parker O'Brien, who is running. And there's a swing and a miss from Simpson to strike him out. The throw is going to be to first, so will be in time to retire the side here in the top of the first. So no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. Half an inning complete, no score between Pierre and Mitchell as the Colonels will come to the plate back in a minute here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
With any dream, the wind won't always be at your back, the sun won't always be shining, and some rain is going to fall. American Family Insurance is like a good, solid roof that you can trust to protect your biggest dreams. With plans that could save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. Also, you can continue to dream fearlessly, no matter what comes your way. American Family Insurance.
Visit mfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company assigned its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact the Brittany Shufflebind Agency, LLC, 224-6627.
Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up all online. New or used, shop for it all online anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
It is the bottom of the first inning. No score. The American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebind scoreboard. Jed Zabel is on the mound as he will deal with the Mitchell Colonel batting order with Landon Solik leading things off and playing second. Peyton Mandel, the shortstop, will bat second. Parker Mandel batting third and playing first base. Jackson Hartman, the right fielder, batting fourth. Mason Herman, the pitcher, batting fifth. Kendon Skinner, the left fielder, batting sixth. Hudson Borgen, the center fielder, batting seventh. Blake Burrows, the catcher, batting eighth. And Ian Weber, the third baseman, batting ninth for the Colonels here in game number 2. And for Jed Zabel, who be looking forward to duplicate what he did a couple Saturdays ago back on the 13th. So far on the year, he has gotten this will be his fourth start, 16 innings of work. He is 2-0 on the season, 4 hits allowed in 16 innings, 3 runs, all of them earned, 10 walks, 16 strikeouts, a ERA of 1.31, and a whip of 0.88. Batting average against at 0.82. So both these pitchers are coming in with batting averages under 100 against them. As the first pitch to Landon Solik will miss outside for ball 1. And Zabel, who ended up with 4 different guys in that game last Saturday against the Jefferson Cavaliers, but he ended up throwing 6 2/3 innings of no-hit baseball and was 1 strike away from a no-hitter before a base hit into center field, and next guy retired. He didn't face 1 over the minimum, but he definitely faced several other guys with a couple more walks, but only allowed just that 1 hit, and that 1-0 win ended up being about an hour and 15 minutes of a baseball game, quick baseball game. 2-1 pitch will come inside to Solik, and the count's now 3-1. Only 2 hits in game number 1. Solik went 0 for 3. Jackson Hartman, who is batting fourth, he had 1 of those 2 hits. And Lincoln Bottom is not in the lineup, had the other hit. There's a leadoff walk issued to Solik to get things started here in the bottom of the first inning. And it brings up Peyton Mandel. Peyton Mandel hit 9 in the 9 hole in the first game, went 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a pop out of the second baseman. So now hitting in the number 2 spot. As Zabel will come set from the stretch, early working from the stretch as the first pitch is over for strike 1. Sun setting to our right here at Drake Field. Infield turf. We'll see that on Friday. Again, weather pending, but we'll see that on Friday if we make the trip to Brookings. Bob Sheldon Field. Runner takes off. There's a ground ball. Shuffle by and over at third Wolf Field. Only play to be at first. Makes a nice play across to Cooper Twilliger. And there's one down here in the bottom of the first inning, but the runner will take second. And Solik stands there in scoring position.
First baseman, number 4, Parker Mandel.
And now here is Parker Mandel. Outside of Jackson Hartman, who reached second in the bottom of the first inning. That was the only man to reach second in game number 1. There's a ground ball. The runner will reach third. This will go to the right side off the glove of Peterson. Backhand flip, not going to be in time. And it'll be a 1-out error. That'll make it first and third for now Jackson Hartman. Try and give the early lead for the Colonels.
Batting next for Mitchell with runners on the corners. The right fielder, number 32, Jackson Hartman.
So Jackson Hartman, one of those 2 hits in game number 1, went 1 for 3. And he's got a chance to give Mitchell the early lead. Ground ball can still get you out of the inning if you're Zabel. Runners are at the corners, and we'll see if that runner at first and Parker Mandel wants to take off. He does. They show bunt. The throw coming to second. The tag not applied by Peterson. Went off of his glove, and the runner at third did stay put. It was a strike, but a stolen base for Parker Mandel. So Solik over at third, Parker Mandel at second, and a ground ball or a fly ball can make it a 1-0 lead, and anything hitting up the middle, not to Zabel, will make it a 1-0 lead. This will be flown into center field. Stalley will come in. He will make the catch. Runner will tag. The throw coming to the plate, a little bit offline. Diving back to the plate. He is safe. Simpson did not get the tag applied before Landon Solik was able to get his hand on home plate. And it is a 1-0 lead. Simpson can't believe that he was not called out.
Number 16, Mason Herman.
But a sac fly RBI for Jackson Hartman. It's 1-0 here for the Mitchell Colonels. First pitch will miss for ball one. A runner at third now. And Mason Herman can help himself out to make it a 2-0 lead. There's a swing and a miss. And the count's now 1-1. That was a bang play at the plate. Just a little bit to the right of home plate. This one will be lined over to Twilliger at first. He will make the play on the bag at first base and retire the side here in the bottom of the first. But a run does score on 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 man left on base. After 1 complete, Mitchell leads at 1-0 over Pierre as we head to the second. Back in a minute. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR. Watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
No one likes to have electrical problems, but when they happen, call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. With over 28 years of experience, Todd's Electric can handle any type of electrical problem, whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural. Their knowledgeable staff knows and understands the importance of your home, business, or ag facility and are prepared to help. Call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. That's 223-2518. Todd's Electric, serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre areas. The line to power.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisors understand this. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Governor Athletics on KCCR. Go Govs! For all your investment needs, call or stop by one of our offices to visit with your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisor. Edward Jones, member SIPC. It is the top of the second, 1-0 lead for Mitchell on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebine scoreboard. It is 5, 6, and 7. Spencer Easlin, Sutton Sunshine, and Cooper Twilliger, the first 3 hitters. Dawson Getz will get a chance to swing the bat if any of the 3 reach base. First pitch will come inside to Easlin for ball 1. Easlin had 2 hits in game number 1 of the 7 in total for the Governors. Went 2 for 4 with 2 singles. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That'll bounce in. The count's now 2-0. Easlin, who hit a triple in that Jefferson win. His lone extra base hit so far. Looking now for 3 hits today, as this will be popped up. This will be foul, and it'll be behind the press box, and the count goes to now 2-1. And Friday we head to Brookings, and then Sunday at home against T. This is game number 13 of the season. Potentially, if we do play the doubleheader against Brookings, again with the forecast right now, might potentially not allow us to play on Friday, but if we do play that doubleheader, be 15 games in total, and then we finally get to have our first home game of the regular season with the T Titans to town on Sunday, which we've only had 2 games. That one doubleheader on Friday that was canceled. Everything else has been scheduled to be on the road to begin with. Counts 2-2 here to Spencer Easlin to lead off the top of the second. 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strikeouts. First, make that strikeout number 2 now for Mason Herman. 1 down here in the top of the second, and it'll bring up Sutton Sunshine. And for Sunshine, 250 batting average so far. He does have the lone home run of the season.
The right fielder, number 6, Sunshine.
4 runs driven in. First pitch is outside for ball 1. All 4 of those runs came in, all 4 of those RBIs came in one game. He is 3 for 12 overall so far in the season. Here's a 1-0 pitch. Here's a ground ball down the third base line, but it is foul. And the count is now a ball and a strike. And Cooper Twilliger, Carter Shufflebine is also, he's a number 9 man, but these 3 out of the 4 guys here in the order did not swing the bat in game number 1. 1-1 pitch, good breaking ball that drops in for a strike. The count's now 1-2. Sunshine's kind of gave up on it as it was looking like it was going to come inside. 1-2 pitch. Again, breaking ball that will catch the inside corner for strike 3, and the third strikeout of the ball game now for Mason Herman, all 3 in a row. And it brings up Cooper Twilliger.
Play next, first baseman number 27, C. Terwilliger.
Twilliger looking still for his first hits of the season as he'll line that one right to the shortstop. And Peyton Mandel to make the catch to retire the side here in the top of the second. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left on base. We head to the bottom of the second. 1-0 lead for Mitchell over Pierre. Back in a minute. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR. Watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Hey you. Are you at a job that is fulfilling, has good benefits to support you or a family today, and retirement goes down the road? If you just said no, listen up. CHS River Plains is hiring operations personnel, drivers, and custom applicators at several locations. These come with a knockout affordable benefit package for you and the whole family. Apply to a job with CHS River Plains and up your benefits straight up. To apply, visit us online at chsriverplains.com or stop in at one of our locations. CHS is an equal opportunity employer.
Wagner Auto Company is your complete transportation headquarters. Now is the time to order your new Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram vehicles, plus a good selection of quality pre-owned and certified pre-owned vehicles. They'll take care of you after the sale with a full-service parts and auto body shop with trained technicians, along with a friendly financing team that'll work with you to find the best deal and one that'll fit your budget. Wagner Auto is your local full-service family-owned dealership for over 115 years. WagnerAuto.com. That's WagnerAuto.com.
Kenan Skinner will lead things off here in the bottom of the second as we welcome you back here to Drake Field. First pitch will miss for ball 1 to Skinner. This is his first trip to the plate here in this doubleheader, as he is looking for his first hit still here in the first part of the season. Just 0 for 4 in total, as that is at the bottom of the strike zone to even the count of a ball and a strike here to Skinner. The lefty is able to deliver as a 1-1 pitch that will bounce in and get to the close to the third base dugout. The count's now 2-1 to the number 6 hitter in the batting order. 6, 7, and 8 for Mitchell here in the bottom of the second. 2-1 pitches upstairs, and the count's now 3-1. Was able to allow a leadoff walk in the first inning, and that run came around to score on the sacrifice fly. 3-1 pitch is going to be grounded to the right side. Nolan Peterson will come in. His throw to first to Williger will be in time, and the leadoff man retired to open up the bottom of the second. And that will bring up Hudson Borgen.
Number 6, Hudson Borgen.
So Borgen, who was coming in with a .214 batting average, went 0 for 2. Gavin Jones hit in his place in the 7th inning. First pitch is a curveball that drops in for strike 1. Again, just a team that was hitting 177 coming into this doubleheader. That one just missing upstairs, and the count's now 1-1. Do have a final score across the state. Harrisburg, they beat Lincoln 6-2. They were playing one game tonight. So 6-2 win for Harrisburg as they try and stay up in that top 3, and they will with that win over Lincoln, as there's a swing and a miss, and the count is now 1-2 here to Borgen. 1-2 from Zabel. Curveball that just misses inside, and the count's now 2-2. And even after that game here for Mitchell Colonels, they dropped down to a 163 batting average through those 6 games. Count is 3-2 here now to Hudson Borgen. This will be fouled back. The count remains at 3-2. Three-two pitch here to Borgen. Just taken upstairs, a little outside. And a 1-out walk issued. And it will bring up now Blake Bros, the catcher.
The catcher, number 17, Blake Bros.
And that was the Pierre Governor faithful That groaned a little bit on that 3-2 pitch call. But there's a runner on first now with one away here in the bottom of the second. The catcher Bros waits on the first pitch. That'll be taken for a strike. The count is 0-1 here to the Colonel catcher in game number 2. In game 1, he went 0 for 2. Was obviously the catcher in game number 1 as well. Went 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That'll be a curveball that doesn't break. Stays above the zone and outside. The count's now 1-1. Ian Weber, the third baseman, is on deck. He's the number 9 man in the order. 1-1. Swing and a miss. And it's now 1-2. Zabel did not have a strikeout in that first inning. It's at 6-2. Harrisburg had beaten Lincoln. It's 6-4 that Harrisburg beat Lincoln. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Runner takes off, swing and a foul back. And the count remains at 1-2. Other games that are going on, O'Gorman and T are playing right now. Douglas and Rapid City Central, I think, are still another half an hour away before they played their game. They're just playing one game. Actually, they are playing right now with Douglas leading at Rapid City Central 12-5. They're looking for their first win. This will be popped up, foul territory. This will get out of play. And they remain at 1-2. T is beating O'Gorman right now 3-1. That game is in the top of the third. Again, Douglas with that 12-5 lead right now over Rapid City Central. That's in the top of the fifth inning, with Douglas being the home team in that contest. 1-2 pitch, curveball. That just misses outside. Looking for that pitch again was able to get Bros looking. 2-2 pitch. That'll be taken on the inside corner for strike 3, and there's 2 down for a strikeout for Zabel. And it brings up the number 9 hitter in Ian Weber.
Batting next for Mitchell, third baseman, number 28, Ian Weber.
Weber is just 0 for 1 so far. Only one plate appearance, and 0 for 1 in one at-bat. Did strike out in that at-bat so far this season. So looking for his first varsity hit. First pitch is upstairs for ball 1. 1-0 lead for Mitchell. Able to take advantage of that leadoff walk in the first inning to get the sacrifice fly. This will be fouled back, and the count is now at 0-2. And Zabel will make that 1-1. And Zabel trying to work around that leadoff walk here in the second inning. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Curveball that drops across the plate too high. It looked like it dropped in again right above the, or right at the belt, but not where the catcher catches it, where it crosses the plate. This will be popped foul. This will get out of play behind home plate, and the count goes now 2-2. Zabel was hoping to get that call before, but either way, there's still 2 strikes. And Zabel will be looking to try and get out of this second inning. The runner on first and 2 away here in the bottom of the second. Zabel comes set. Here is the 2-2 pitch. Runner takes off, swing and a miss. Strike 3, and that will retire the side. Back-to-back strikeouts for Zabel. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a 1-man left on base. 2 completes. 1-0 lead for Pierre, or for Mitchell over Pierre. Back in a minute. You listen to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR. Watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Yag Air Incorporated is your locally owned ag chemical and seed retailer. Yag Air Incorporated offers reliable ground and aerial application. For the latest seed and chemical pricing, contact Kyle at 605-280-8710 or Tony at 605-280-4771. Yag Air for all your ag chemical and seed needs. Kyle, 605-280-8710 or Tony 605-280-4771.
There's only a split second to decide if the pitch is good or not. With skill, some luck, and a prayer, the bat connects. The ball goes soaring over the fence. The sense of joy and excitement is contagious as we cheer for another Pierre home run. This is Pastor Sam of Faith Lutheran Church. I want to invite you to join us to experience the joy of worshiping God. We thank Him for the home run moments we have in our lives. We hear His comfort and peace when it feels like we've struck out. We're glad to see you at Faith Lutheran Church.
It is the top of the third, and it is a 1-0 lead for the Mitchell Colonels or the Pierre Governors of the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebine scoreboard. Dawson Getz will lead things off. First pitch is at the top of the zone for strike one. And again, to the chagrin of the Pierre faithful here that didn't like the strike zone in the bottom of the second inning. Didn't like that first pitch call the strike here in the top of the third, and that will be fouled back by Guess. The count's now 0-2. It is 8-9-1. Carter Shufflebine and then George Stalley, the next couple hitters here for the Governors. Getz went 1 for 4. Ripped a single back up the middle in game number 1. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That'll bounce in, and the count's now 1-2. Top of the third here at Drake Field in Mitchell. 1-0 for the Mitchell Colonels. 1-2 pitch is outside. The count is now at 2-2. .65 degrees at game time. Still in the mid to low 60s. There's a swing and a miss by Getz. The throw will have to go to first, and it will retire Getz for the first out here in the top of the third inning.
Batting next for Pierre.
And it is the fourth strikeout of the ball game for the for Mason Herman. Here's Carter Shufflebine, the third baseman.
The third baseman, Carter Shufflebine.
Shufflebine comes into the ball game. It comes in hitting .333 in the season. 4 singles so far for him. First pitch is over for strike one. 4 runs driven in as well. Make that still looking for that first RBI for Shufflebine, but obviously hitting with nobody on base. We'll line that one softly down the third base line, and it falls in front of the third baseman and Weber. And there's an 0-2 count now here to Shufflebine. Well, several freshmen in the lineup here for the Governors. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Shufflebine is able to fight that one off, and the count remains at 0-2. Along with Sutton Sonnenschein and Cooper Twilliger, 3 freshmen in the lineup for the Pierre Governors. Here's the 0-2. That'll miss low, and the count goes to now 1-2. You look overall in this lineup, you have Nolan Peterson, Jet Zabel, and Spencer Easlin, just 3 seniors in the starting lineup for the Governors. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Shufflebine will strike out, and there's now 2 down. And that is 5 strikeouts now.
Center fielder number 1, George Staley.
So Stalley, who's 0 for 1, he grounded out to the shortstop to lead off the ball game. Looking for a new baseball is Mason Herman. And wisely with Bros in, the home plate umpire not seeing him want a new baseball, just rolled it in. But Stalley will dig in with 2 outs and nobody on here in the top of the third inning. Herman looking for a second straight 1-2-3 inning. First pitch is on the outside edge for strike one. Stalley in game number 1 did go 1 for 2. He walked twice. That 0-1 pitch is taken on the inside corner now, and the count is now 0-2. And Herman has gone from the outside part of the plate to the inside part of the plate. He's got Stalley off balance. 0-2 pitch. Check swing, but a full swing, says home plate umpire. And that'll be strike 3 and a strikeout to end the inning. 1-2-3 inning. Striking out the side in order is Herman. We head to the bottom of the third inning. 1-0 lead for Mitchell over Pierre. Back in a minute. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR. Watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Look, it's no secret that owning a vehicle can cause a lot of stress, and they get a lot of wear and tear on them through the extreme seasons we've grown to love. Graham Tire wants you to know that you can trust them with any problem that you have with your vehicle. Their ASE certified mechanics can make your AC cool again, or even just change your oil. They can look into and fix those noises that seem to come from nowhere and have you stressed out. Bring your car to Graham Tire so they can put your mind at ease. Graham Tire, your tire store next door.
Why am I so sore? There are everyday moments.
Whoa, hey, hold the ladder! Hold the ladder!
Yeah, that hurt. And there are epic moments.
Slide, slide, slide! College! Slide!
Class of 1995! When a moment creates a health need, visit the experts at Avera Orthopedics. We're moving health forward so you can tell the story. Learn more at avera.org/orthopedics.
Jed Zabel will throw the first pitch in the bottom of the third, low for ball 1 as we're underway. And Zabel goes quick. If he's got a chance to throw as few pitches as possible between innings, and if he can do it quickly, really makes, I mean, we took a minute break on commercials, and he was already throwing that first pitch before, right as we were getting back on the air, as it counts 1-1 now here to Landon Solik, who drew a walk to lead off the bottom of the first and came in to score on the sac fly RBI from Jackson Hartman. Back in the bottom of the first inning, 1-1 pitch. That'll be on the outside corner for a strike, and the count's now 1-2. Solik hopped out of the batter's box. Maybe not so much agreeing with that strike call. And the count is 1-2. The pitch, ground ball to the left side. Schuffelbein will come in and field. Low to the turf. He's able to dig it out. The throw to first is in time, and the leadoff man retired here in the bottom of the third.
Second batter for Mitchell, the shortstop, number 13, Peyton Mandel.
And here's Peyton Mandel, who didn't ground out to Schuffelbein back in the first inning. That was when Solik was on the move, and Schuffelbein, who on a normal ground ball in that spot, would have had a chance to go to second, but could only go to first, which deemed to be very effective and a difference in that first inning, because if he's not on the move and Schuffelbein does throw to second and Solik's out on the putout, they don't get around to that spot of being at third with one out, and what seemed to be potentially insignificant turned into be the difference, right? And pretty much the difference in this ball game right now. It's 1-0 lead for Mitchell. Here's 1-1 pitch to Peyton Mandel. Popped up on the right side, but that is going to get out of play. And the count's now 1-2. And Zabel, who's got 2 strikeouts, looking to retire Peyton Mandel. 6 strikeouts on the other side for Mason Herman. He picked up 3 in a row from the first and second inning, and he picked up all 3 in that top of the third. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Curveball, line shot. Second baseman Nolan Peterson will make the catch. And there's now 2 down.
Coming to the plate, first baseman, number 4.
And it brings up Parker Mandel. He reached on an error, which then you can say that kept the inning alive for that sacrifice fly to be had, but he didn't reach on that error, and but now he bats with nobody on and 2 away, and the first pitch is a swing and a miss and a pitch in the turf on the curveball from Zabel. The lefty was able to throw the curveball in the back feet of Parker Mandel. There's a ground ball to the shortstop and gets. His throw to first will be in time, and a 1-2-3 inning is countered by a 1-2-3 inning for Jed Zabel. And we head to the top of the 4th inning, 1-0 lead for Mitchell over the Pierre Governors on the American Family Insurance, the Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. Back in a minute. Listen to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR. Watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Form, function, finesse. The all-new 2024 all-wheel drive Ford Escape is now on sale at Capital City Ford for $32,000 with up to $2,250 in rebates. If you're looking for adaptable interiors ready for your daily adventures, whether it's a trip to the grocery store, to a spontaneous road trip, and everywhere in between, Capital City Ford has you covered. Payments are as low as $385 with Ford Credit Flex Buy program. For more information and details, contact a sales professional at Capital City Ford. Check out their full vehicle lineup at CapitalCityFord.com. Capital City Ford in Pierre.
At Shane's Pharmacy, your health care is important, and Shane wants to be the pharmacist to take care of you. Shane's Pharmacy will make sure your prescriptions are filled in a timely manner, they will answer your questions, and they will even deliver to your home or office. Call 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy, the pharmacy you know and trust. The number again is 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy in Fort Pierre, proud to support high school athletics.
Back here at Drake Field as we are into the top of the fourth inning. Pierre Governors are down 1-0 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebein scoreboard. Nolan Peterson, Jet Zabel, and Charlie Simpson, 2, 3, and 4 here for the Governors. To open up the top of the fourth as Mason Herman went 1, 2, 3 with 3 strikeouts back in the top of the third as we're hitting near the halfway point of game number 2 of this doubleheader. Here's the 1-0 to Peterson. That's upstairs, and the count's now 2-0. Governors have just one doubleheader sweep. It was of the Lincoln Patriots a couple Fridays ago in Sioux Falls. Everything else has been splits, as this one will be a slow ground ball. Nolan Peterson tried to dig it out, but the throw from Mason Herman over to first will retire Peterson. A good stretch there from Parker Mandel as well. And the leadoff man retired to kick off the fourth inning.
Number 12, Jet Zabel.
Mason Herman feeling his position well. It's a tough play for a pitcher to make. To have to stop, plant the leg as you're picking up the ball, and then fire a strike over to the first baseman when the long legs of Parker Mandel able to stretch out enough to make sure that Peterson didn't get the infield base hit. First pitch is fouled away by Zabel, and the count's 0-1. Just one hit so far for the Pierre Governors. It was a double by Peterson back in the top of the first inning. Here's the 0-1. That'll bounce in for a ball, and the count is even at a ball and a strike. Be followed by Charlie Simpson. They need the 2 reach base. Spencer Easel will have a chance to hit here in the top of the fourth. 1-1 from Herman. That's at the knees and taken for a strike, and the count is now at 1 ball and 2 strikes. And again, Mason Herman is trying to stay as efficient as he can. That was pitch number 45 of the day. Pitch number 46 is high and outside. The count is now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And his counterpart, who is at the plate, Jet Zabel, who had the one long inning in that first. He has thrown just 47 pitches through 3 innings. 2-2. That will miss just low and away, and the count is now at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Pitch number 48 upcoming here from Mason Herman. 3-2. Will miss for ball 4, and Zabel will draw the 1-out walk. And it brings up Charlie Simpson, who struck out swinging to end the top of the first inning.
Number 21, Charlie Simpson.
Get Parker O'Brien to come and run for Zabel over at first base. O'Brien has picked up an RBI. He has not scored a run, but would have a chance to if Simpson and Easling can come through. First pitch here to Simpson. Swing and a miss. He was a while out in front of the off speed from Herman, and then counts 0-1. Again, the Governors will travel to Brookings on Friday. And then at home against T on Sunday, and that starts the home portion of the schedule. This one will get behind Simpson. It was off the glove of Bros and to his left into second base will go O'Brien. So he stands at second, and a base hit from Simpson could score and tie the ball game up. Pierre will be at home against T, and the home portion of the season continues all the way through May 12th on that Sunday. With Yankton, as Parker O'Brien is picked off at second, but he goes to third, and the throw was wide of Solik at second, who slipped and fell trying to make the play. He did catch it, but O'Brien, who got picked off, was able to take third base. He took off running, didn't stop, and with Solik sliding down to just make the catch, it allowed O'Brien to get to third base, and the Governors catch a break. 1-1 pitch to Simpson. That is outside. The count's now 2-1. Now a fly ball can tie the game up. Big spot here for the Governors with a runner on third and one out. Got to find a way to tie this game up one way or the other. 2-1 pitch. Top of the zone, taken for a strike, and the count's now 2-2. One thing you don't want to do is strike out, whether it be swinging or looking. Not a spot to be in a strikeout. 2-2 pitch. Ground ball, that is fair over the bag at third, and it's going to tie the game up. Simpson will round first on his way to second. He will stand there standing up, and it's a 1-1 tie. That was very close down the line, and Simpson will pick up a huge RBI double. And we are tied at 1.
Batting next, the left fielder, number 3, S. Eastland.
There is no conversation. Obviously, probably not going to, you're not going to be able to probably change the call of the home plate umpire, but from this angle where we're at, it was very close to being a foul ball. But Spencer Eastland now on the plate with the go-ahead run at second here at the top of the fourth. Swing and a miss from Eastland. He struck out swinging his first at-bat, but a big RBI double for Charlie Simpson to tie the game at 1-1. O'Brien, who was over at third base, was, if that play was made over at third, and obviously where Weber was at, it was going to be an outstanding major league type play to stop that ball down the third base line, but O'Brien would have had to try and score. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Herman. That one comes high and tight, and Eastland's able to duck out of the way. And the count's 1-1. Just the second hit of the ball game for the Governors, both being doubles. With that courtesy runner at second, a chance now here for Eastland to try and give the Govs a lead. Kaiser is the courtesy runner. Cade Kaiser out at second base. Here's the 1-1 from Herman to Eastland. This will be popped up into shallow left center field. The shortstop in Peyton Mandel will almost make a basket catch, calling off the center fielder in Borgen to make the play, and there's now 2 down. And it's up to Sutton Sunshine to try and give the Govs a lead.
The right fielder, number 6, S. Sunshine.
Sunshine struck out looking back in the top of the second inning. Base hit would make this a 2-1 lead here for the Governors. First pitch, line shot left field, but it's going to be right to the left fielder and Skinner to make the catch and retire the side here in the top of the fourth inning. But a run does score on 1 hit in the inning. There were no errors and 1 man left on base. After 3.5, we're all tied at 1 between Pierre and Mitchell. Back in a minute. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR. Watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Most of us already know that Gales Gas of Pierre is the place to call for propane. They offer an automatic fill plan so you never have to worry about running out of propane. They accept debit and credit payments or a budget payment plan to spread out the cost throughout the year so you never have surprises when you get your bill. For delivery, convenience, and great customer service, call Gales Gas at 224-5518. That's Gales Gas at 224-5518.
People helping people. Have you ever wondered what the benefits are of becoming a Owyhee Federal Credit Union member? At Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we reinvest profits in you. We do this in the form of lower interest rates, higher dividends, and low to no fees. So come check us out or come in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre, because at Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we treat our members like they own the place because, well, they do.
Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
Well, it's a brand new ball game, 1-1 here in the bottom of the fourth, as it will be 4, 5, and 6 for the Mitchell Colonels. Jackson Hartman, Mason Herman, and Kendon Skinner are the first three hitters. First pitch will miss outside for ball one. For Jed Zabel, who is closing in on the 50 pitch mark here early in this fourth inning. There's a ground ball to the third baseman. Shufflebein will gobble it up. His throw to first is in time, and the leadoff man is retired. They kick off the bottom of the fourth inning. Third time that he has put out a man in this ball game.
Number 16, Mason Herman.
So here's Mason Herman, the pitcher, who lined out to Twilliger over at first base with 2 outs in the bottom of the first inning. First pitch, line shot, and that's going to be underneath the glove of Dawson Getz, who tried to pick it on a short hop, but it's a base hit. That's the first hit of the ball game for the Mitchell Colonels. And Kendon Skinner, the left fielder, will come to the plate.
The left fielder, number 26, Kendon Skinner.
Connor Mackey will be the courtesy runner for the pitcher, Herman. Skinner, the left fielder, is 0 for 1, ground out to the second baseman Peterson in his first at bat. Lights are turning on here at Drake Field. First pitch will miss low for ball one. And we're sitting at 8 o'clock at KCCR Pierre Riverfront Broadcasting Station. Still 35 minutes before sunset in Mitchell. We're just about halfway through. Here's a ground ball to third baseman. Shufflebein to the second for one. Peterson to first. It is a double play. It retires the side. I think they called it the runner's interference regardless of the play was made, but it is a 5-4-3 double play to retire the side here in inning number 4. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left on base. We head to the 5th, 1-1 tie between Pierre and Mitchell. Back in a minute here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
The lawyers at the May Adam Law Firm in Pierre know how important your families are to you. If you've been putting off getting your affairs in order, know that the May Adam Law Firm is available to counsel you through your questions and help you get the documents in place so that you've made your loved ones secure. Call them at 224-8803 and they can chat with you about how to document your concerns and care for your family. We're all in this together, and the May Adam Law Firm is ready and able to help.
Insurance. We all need it to protect our homes, health, businesses, and belongings. But having adequate coverage is just the beginning. You also need the support of professionals who stand by your side to protect what's important to you. Fisher Rounds & Associates combines the coverage you want with the commitment you need. Fisher Rounds & Associates. At your service, at your side. With offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
As we welcome you back, top of the 5th inning. Don't want to get ahead of myself. Top of the 5th, it is 7, 8, 9. Cooper Twilliger, Dawson Getz, and Carter Shufflebein. Anybody reaches base, we'll get to the top of the order for George Stalley.
Number 27, C. Terwilliger.
As Mason Herman will work into the top of the 5th inning. First pitch will miss low for ball one. As that was overall pitch number 58 of the day for Mason Herman as we are in here in the top of the 5th. 1-0 pitch is outside. The count's now 2-0. 1 run on 1 hit and 1 error so far for the Governors. 1 run on 2 hits, 1 error so far for the Governors. 1 run, 1 hit, and an error for and no errors for the Mitchell Colonels as the count's now 2-1. Here to Cooper Terwilliger, who is 0 for 1. Line out of the shortstop. Terwilliger gets a hold of this one out towards left field, going back to the wall, and it's going to one hop off the wall. Terwilliger is at second. The hands go up, and it will be a ground rule double as the ball got underneath the fence. And it will be a leadoff ground rule double for Cooper Terwilliger. And the Governors are in business to start the top of the 5th inning.
Batting next for Pierre.
And so now Dawson gets.
Number 7, D. Getz.
Getz struck out swinging in his first at bat. And really, Mitchell might have caught more of a break on that play than the Governors take advantage of it, because Terwilliger probably had himself a leadoff triple, maybe had himself a leadoff triple. It would have been interesting to see how close that play could have been. Dawson Getz looking to bunt. He will bunt the ball right side of the infield. Nice play from Herman to get a piece of it. Throw back to third base, and Terwilliger is going to be over there. And if Herman does not make that play, as he was looking to go to the third base side of the bag, or of the mound, the bunt came to the right side of the mound, the first base side, and he was able to basically, he didn't really necessarily backhand it, but he backhanded with the ball behind him and was able to flip it to first to retire Getz, as the first pitch to Carter Scheffelbein will bounce in, and Blake Burrows with a nice block to keep this a 1-1 tie. Getz almost had the perfectly placed bunt for an infield single to make it first and third and nobody out, but instead there's a runner on third. And just one out here for the Governors, with a fly ball could make this a 2-1 game. Scheffelbein will swing and miss at the 1-0 pitch, and the count is now even at a ball and a strike. Scheffelbein 0 for 1, struck out swinging in his first at-bat. Chance to give the Govs their first lead here in game number 2. This one will be above his head, as he was able to duck down and drop the bat as well. And the count's now 2-1. .333 batting average coming into the day. Looking for his first RBI. 2-1 pitch. Line shot, but it's going to be caught by the shortstop. And the count and the two outs now here in the top of the 6th. And that brings up George Stalley. Good swing from Scheffelbein. Didn't get all of it and hit it right to Peyton Mandel for the second out. And it brings up now Stalley, who is trying to drive in the run. Give Governors a lead. First pitch is high and outside for ball 1. Stalley struck out swinging in the top of the 3rd inning. He's 0 for 2 so far. Governors are trying to take their first lead here in the top of the 5th. That pitch will come in for a strike on the inside edge, and the count is even at a ball and a strike. Herman works from the stretch, or makes that with a windup with the runner on 3rd and 2 outs. As we'll get the sign and wheel and deal the 1-1. That is outside, high and outside. The count's now 2-1. Terwilliger with the leadoff double. Got to third in the sacrifice bunt, now trying to be brought in with 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. 2-1 pitch. Stalley swings and misses. A big cut there from Stalley. And the count goes now 2-2. Nolan Peterson is on deck, but this is the spot here for the Governors. Stalley came into the day hitting .378, looking for his second hit today. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Stalley, that'll be a throw to first base, but it didn't matter anyway. Stalley didn't run towards first, but that retires the side here at the top of the 5th inning. So leadoff double for the Governors does not cash in. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. To the bottom of the 5th we go. Still 1-1 between Pierre and Mitchell. Back in a minute here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Verdigan Electric has a long history of doing electrical work the right way. Economical service, professional work, and customer satisfaction is why they can say that. Verdigan Electric can do residential, farm, and commercial projects. Doesn't matter if they are charged with new construction or a remodel project, they get it conducted. Contact the staff at Furning Electric at 224-8684. They can light a spark into your next project. Furning Electric, 224-8684.
Hey, yo, Speedo's Lawn Care.
Hello. Say, my yard's in rough shape. It's got weeds, brown spots, and crabgrass.
Yeah, no problemo. What shade of green you need? We got 31 shades of green over here. Even the latest shade of septic tank grass green. That one just naturally gives off a glow.
Call the professionals at True Green. They know how to get your lawn healthy and keep it healthy. They guarantee it. All technicians are trained and certified.
Call True Green, 224-1916.
As Jed Zabel likes to do so quickly, work through his warm-up pitches. He throws the first pitch, and Hudson Morgan flies out to center field. So 1 pitch and 1 out here at the bottom of the 5th inning. And it brings up Blake Brose, who struck out looking in his first trip to the plate. Zabel didn't give us a chance to even get through 35 seconds of a commercial break. First pitch is outside for ball 1. Brose 0 for 1. Backwards K in his only trip to the plate. That pitch doesn't hook back into the strike zone. The count's now 2-0. Here to the number 8 man in the batting order. 7-8-9 here in the bottom of the 5th. That one's over for a strike, and the count's now 2-1. 1-1 tie here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Here's the 2-1. That one is catching the inside corner, the top of the zone. The count is now at 2-2 here to Brose, and Zabel looking for a strikeout that he hasn't had since the 2nd inning. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and Brose will go down on strikes. 3rd strikeout of the ball game for Zabel. And there's now 2 down here in the 5th inning.
Number 28, Ian Weber.
So here's Ian Weber, the other strikeout victim for Zabel in his 3 strikeouts. Went down swinging back in the bottom of the 2nd. Here's the first pitch from Zabel. That one is fouled back, and the count is at 0-1. Governors will have 2, 3, and 4 in the top of the 6th inning. That was the inning that they scored in the 4th when they had 2, 3, and 4. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one just missing a little low, and the count is even at a ball and a strike. 1-1. Swing and a miss. And the count's now 1-2, and Zabel will strike away from getting through a clean inning. Looking for a strikeout number 4. A 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. A strikeout for Zabel. No runs, no hits, no innings. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left on base. We are heading to the top of the 6th inning. We'll keep it here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. As Zabel picks up strikeouts 3 and 4 in that inning. He had the 1 pitch to get the fly out into center field, and both of these pitchers are fantastic so far through 5 complete innings. Just allowing 1 run so far on each side, as Zabel and Mason Herman are going toe-to-toe, and Zabel's in another pitching duel just like he was a couple weekends ago in that 1-0 win over Jefferson. Zabel with 62 pitches through 5 innings. That is a huge 62 pitches. Mason Herman with 71 pitches through 5 innings. So both of these guys are really feeling good about going at least into the 7th inning. That's rare to see both these guys, both teams have starting pitchers in a spot to maybe go 6 to 7 innings. And Mason Herman says, give me 1 warm-up pitch and we'll take it down and we'll get the top of the 6th started here quickly. As Nolan Peterson will lead things off, he'll be followed by Jed Zabel and Charlie Simpson. 2, 3, and 4 here for the Governors.
Second baseman, number 4, Nolan Peterson.
Peterson was 1 for 2. He doubled back in the first. He was thrown out trying to score on a double steal. O'Brien was stealing second, and as he was courtesy running for Zabel. And the throw was cut off by the second baseman, Solik, who ended up throwing it home to tag out Peterson. Can't say that's the difference. I mean, it could be a difference in the ball game, but obviously a 1-1 tie. 1-0 pitch is outside the counts now 2-0. Then you look at what if Nolan Peterson doesn't go and the next two guys both struck out. So it wasn't like that was going to be a chance for Peterson to maybe score. Obviously things would be different if it's second and third instead of just a runner on second. But the count's 2-1 here to Peterson, looking for his third hit today. 2-1 pitch, a swing and a miss. He was looking for at least his third double of the day. The count's now 2-2. Pitch number 76 here for Mason Herman. That is outside. The count is full at 3-2. And it now will be Zabel, and who is on deck, followed by Charlie Simpson. Payoff pitch upcoming here from Mason Herman to Nolan Peterson. That is high for ball 4 and a rare walk issued. Only the third walk issued by Mason Herman.
The pitcher, number 12, Jet Zabel.
And it brings up Jet Zabel, who is one of those that actually been walked twice. It's a rare walk because Zabel's the only guy that has walked so far. He's 0 for 0 with 2 walks. Something about the left-handed batter. Here's the first pitch from Herman to Zabel. Showing bunt, he fouls it back between the legs of Bros. Looking to maybe with a sacrifice bunt, but trying to drag bunt his way on as well. The count's 0-1. Peterson will get his lead from first. Herman will check the runner. Now will come set. Pickoff attempt, and without a tag being applied, Parker Mandel will fire it back over to Herman. Zabel is starting to show bunt already. So the third baseman and Weber will crouch in just a little bit. Now he's really coming in. Zabel will pull back the bunt. He gets away from the catcher and Bros into second base. Peterson is standing there on a wild pitch that makes it a 1-1 count. And Zabel doesn't have to bunt anymore. He can help himself out and give the Governors their first lead. The runner on second and nobody out. This is late in this ball game. Governors have to find a way to score the run. So maybe the bunt's still on to try and get Peterson over to third. Not bunting this time, taking it outside. The count's now 2-1. Obviously, Terwilliger reached base on a leadoff double in the fifth inning. They bunted him over to third, and that ended up not being a factor with a line out and a strikeout. 2-1 pitch. There's a swing and a foul. The count's now 2-2, and obviously with the strength of Zabel and his hitting abilities that don't necessarily want to take that bat out of his hands by having him bunt, especially with a runner in scoring position. The count is 2-2. Mason Herman comes set from the stretch. 2-2 pitch. That is just a bit outside. The count is now 3-2. Full count with nobody out and the runner on second. Pitcher against pitcher. 3-2 pitch. Upstairs, ball 4. Third walk issued to Zabel. Fourth walk issued in the ball game. Back-to-back walks to open up the top of the sixth inning. And we will get a mound visit. Other final score just went final. The Douglas Patriots, they hang on for their first win of the season to beat Rapid City Central 12-11. Rapid City Central is at 500, or they are still at 500. They were 4-3. Now at 4-4 on the year, but a lot of teams are getting quality points. We're getting quality points out of them, which hadn't been the case for many years, but now still at 4-4. They're coming in 9th place in the standings, according to my calculations. The official standings will be released the first part of May. So only one other game going on here in the state. O'Gorman at T T was winning that game 3-1. We'll check that score.
For Pierre. Their catcher, number 21.
Now here's Charlie Simpson. Simpson is 1 for 2 with an RBI double. Tied the game up at the top of the 4th inning. T is leading O'Gorman 7-2. The runner will get back to second. Everybody was breaking everywhere. And Nolan Peterson, I think, it's not a bad play to have to see if you can freeze Peterson at second, thinking that chaos was ensuing. He thankfully was able to get back to second base. Now Simpson that is showing bunting goes behind his head, and will get to the backstop, and both runners will move up to second and third. So both times the Governors were looking to bunt guys over, and Herman threw a wild pitch to allow Peterson to get to second, and then now it's O'Brien and Peterson at second and third. With nobody out, and the infield has to come in all the way around. A 1-1 tie here at the top of the 6th. You cannot afford to give up and trade runs for outs. That one is launched to left field. Charlie Simpson, a 3-run shot. It's a 4-1 lead. His first of the year. Simpson out to deep left, and it's a 4-1 advantage for the Governors. A 3-run shot on the 1-0 pitch. And Simpson's second extra base hits. He has driven in all 4 runs. And that will end the day for Mason Herman. So a 3-run homer for Charlie Simpson gives the Governors their first lead today. In game number 2, we will step aside for minutes and tell you the pitching changes coming up here in just a moment. Back in a minute, you're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR. Watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Hey, yo, Speedo's Lawn Care.
Hello. Say, my yard's in rough shape. It's got weeds, brown spots, and crabgrass.
Yeah, no problemo. What shade of green you need? We got 31 shades of green over here. Even the latest shade of septic tank grass green. That one just naturally gives off a glow.
Call the professionals at True Green. They know how to get your lawn healthy and keep it healthy. They guarantee it. All technicians are trained and certified.
Call True Green, 224-1916.
Springtime has arrived. Service and Parts Department at Buck Motor Company want to remind you to get your vehicle serviced early to avoid any breakdowns and service-related frustrations. Get up to $100 mail-in rebate on a set of 4 tires, along with 4 free oil changes, a $400 value. All AC Delco Marine batteries starting at $134.95 and come with an 18-month warranty. Take $15 off a light detail. Spray in bed liners, $635 on long beds and $595 on short beds. See all our specials at www.beck-motors.com. 4-1 is our score. Parker Mandel will come on to pitch now for the Mitchell Colonels. As we can tell you the final line total for Mason Herman, who gave up, went 5 innings. You went into the 6th, but only 5 innings of pitching. 4 hits allowed, 4 runs, 4 walks, and 7 strikeouts. That 3-run homer, the difference in this game right now with Charlie Simpson unloading on that 1-0 pitch. As Parker Mandel will try and come in and keep this game right where it's at. The lefty will be on the mound for just the 2nd time this season. Went 2 innings in relief in his only outing so far. 1 hit allowed, no runs, 1 walk. So that's ERA with 5 strikeouts. So that ERA is 0, and the whip is just at 1. The batting average against at 143. So 2 walks to open up the inning, and it's with 2nd and 3rd. Charlie Simpson hit a 3-run bomb. And it is a 4-1 lead. Here is Spencer Easlin, who is 0 for 2 so far in the ball game. Bottom half of the order, well, I guess I wouldn't say bottom half of the order. There's been a lot of guys that just haven't been able to get on base or get base hits in this game. And Nolan Peterson with the double, Cooper Twilliger the double. The Governors have 4 hits with 3 doubles and a home run. Everything has been extra base hits. This will be fouled off the arm of the home plate umpire. That does not feel good. And the count is now 1-1. And Bros will walk his way out to talk with Parker Mandel. They give the home plate umpire a little bit extra chance to recover from getting hit on the arm on that foul ball. Bottom of the sixth inning, it'll be the top of the order for the Mitchell Colonels. Landon Sulik, Peyton Mandel, and Parker Mandel. Here's the 1-1. That pitch will catch the top of the strikes, and the count's now 1-2 here to Eastland. The Governors were able to cash in with that runner at second and nobody out. 1-2 pitch. Eastland was able to fight that off. Stays alive. Count remains at 1-2. So Charlie Simpson, who came in today with 5 runs driven in, he's now got the team high with now 9 runs driven in on the season, with 4 in this ball game. An RBI double in the top of the 4th and the 3-run homer here in the top of the 6th. Here's a 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. A strikeout for Parker Mandel to open up his outing. And there's one down here in the top of the 6th inning, and it brings up Sutton Sunshine. Sunshine's 0 for 2.
Sunshine.
He's got the other home run hit now for the Governors. First pitch is over for strike one. And this coaching staff for Pierre, for Charlie Simpson, a guy that I wouldn't say he wasn't on their radar by any means, but when you're starting to pencil out where you're going to look at guys in the lineup and where guys are going to go, you say, all right, we're going to give Charlie Simpson a shot here, and then all of a sudden his at-bats were very good at-bats, whether he was getting on base or not, as Sunshine, the 0-2 pitch, will pop this one up behind second base, just shortly into the outfield grass over the turf, and Landon Sulik will make the catch for the second out. And there's 2 down for now Cooper Twilliger, who is 1 for 2 with a double.
Batting next, the first baseman, number 27, C. Twilliger.
And Twilliger 1 for 2. That double, he was stranded at third back in the top of the 5th inning. But Simpson had worked his way in the lineup, and at the point had pretty much worked his way to the lineup where he wasn't going to be taken out of the lineup. This is a swing and a miss by Twilliger, and it catch Bros to a spot where did not feel good. And the home plate umpire will walk his way out to Parker Mandel. Coaching staff will check on Blake Bros as it counts 0-1. But Simpson just kept hitting the ball well, and you know, you start looking at his average, and Simpson at 211 batting average coming in, but he just was taking good at-bats, taking good approaches. Quality at-bat percentage was higher for Simpson, or at least seemed like it would be higher for Simpson, and guy that just, hey, we got to find a spot in the lineup for him all the time and taking advantage of that. And check out the quality at-bat percentage for Charlie Simpson, who was 46.43% of the time with those quality at-bats. 13 of his 22 at-bats were quality at-bats. So guy just kept having good approaches at the plate. It's a big 3-run homer in a big spot for the Governors, who, as we get late in this ball game, needed something. And as soon as he hit it, everybody in the third base dugout knew that was going to get out for a home run. Bros is back up to his feet. They're playing a little bit of catch with him and Parker Mandel, and he gives the all good. And Cooper Twilliger will dig back in with an 0-1 count with nobody on and 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. 0-1 pitch is outside for a ball, and the count is now at 1-1. So 4 runs on 4 hits and 1 error for the Governors. All 4 being extra base hits. That one is catching the outside corner, and the count is now 1-2. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Twilliger swings and misses and strikes out to retire the side here in the top of the 6th. But 3-run score on just one hit in the inning. It's a 3-run homer for Charlie Simpson. No errors and no one left on base. To the bottom of the 6th we go. 4-1 lead for Pierre over Mitchell. Back in a minute. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
If you're like a lot of South Dakotans, you've made a purchase online for services or products and have had no issues. Unfortunately, scammers view the internet as their playground, and they're constantly deploying new scams to attempt to take your hard-earned funds. Fraudulent websites have grown by leaps. Consumers and businesses need to check all aspects of a website before making any type of purchase. Questions regarding this scam should be directed to South Dakota Attorney General's Consumer Protection at 800-300-1986.
Building a home. It's the biggest investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention, it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. It also affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Kruger Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Kruger Contracting. In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
Bottom of the 6th, top of the order here for the Mitchell Colonels. Landon Solik will lead things off, followed by Peyton Mandel and then Parker Mandel. First pitch to Solik from the lefty Zabel will be flown out towards right field. Coming in is going to be the right fielder Sunshine. A couple steps, he'll make the catch. One pitch and 1 out on pitch number 63 of the day for Jet Zabel.
Shortstop, number 13, Peyton Mandel.
And here is now Peyton Mandel, who is 0 for 2. Ground out to the third baseman, Schuffelbein in his first at-bat. Then he popped out to the second baseman, and Peterson lined out to the second baseman. Peterson in his second at-bat. First pitch will bounce in for ball 1 from Zabel. Governors will have 8, 9, and 1 to start the top of the 7th. Looking to keep a 4-1 lead going into that 7th inning. Again, Pierre is at 8-4 in the season, but just one doubleheader sweep so far of the year. That one's on the inside edge and taken for a strike, and the count's now 2-1. Picked up a couple single game wins, but that doubleheader sweep against the Lincoln Patriots, as the count is 3-1 now here to Peyton Mandel with Parker Mandel on deck. That one will be taken for ball 4, and that will draw the 1-out walk. And allow Parker Mandel to come to the plate. He's not the pitcher of record, but
batting next is number 4, pitcher Parker Mandel.
He is looking to try and help himself out. Here's the first pitch. That one is over for strike 1. This is the only pitcher number 3 for the Governors. Miles Doyle pitched 6 innings of shutout baseball in game 1, and Trevor Rounds got the final 3 outs in game number 1. That one is high and outside. The count's now 1-1 here to Parker Mandel. He reached on an error in his first trip to the plate and also ground out of the shortstop Getz. So he's 0 for 2 so far. Ground ball could get you out of this inning. Zabel comes set from the stretch. 1-1 pitch. That one is fouled back to the netting, and the count goes to now 1-2. Jackson Hartman is waiting on deck, looking for a chance with that him representing the tying run right now on the on-deck circle. But again, a ground ball can get you to the 7th inning. 1-2 pitch. Runner takes off. Somehow was able to get a piece of it was Parker Mandel, who fouled it off of his leg. He Whether that was, I don't know if that was a hit and run called or not. I think third base coach starting to walk in a little bit, but with 2 strikes and once you commit to swinging, Parker Mandel was able to move both of his legs back and just get a piece of it to stay alive. 1-2 pitch. This will come inside, missing for ball 2, and the count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Zabel comes set from the stretch. Here's now the 2-2 pitch. That one will miss low, and the count is now at 3-2, and Zabel does not want to walk and allow that tying run to come to the plate. Especially with the fact that that is the cleanup hitter. And Jackson Hartman, who does have the lone RBI for the Mitchell Colonels. 3-2 pitch, runner takes off, swinging a fly ball to right field. That's going to be a long run for Sun and Shine. That will land just foul. And if that had fallen in fair territory, I mean, that was probably within the foot of landing fair. It was a 4-2 ball game. And a good read by the runner at first and Peyton Mandel, knowing that that ball was going to drop. And so he rounded second hard and was easily going to score. 3-2 again. Line shot into left field. That's going to get down for a base hit as Easland will wait on it. And it's first and second now with 1 away. And it brings up Jackson Hartman.
Number 32, Jackson Hartman.
Hartman's 0 for 1. Sac fly RBI in the first inning, and then he grounded out to shuffle by it over at third in the fourth. Another ground ball to shuffle by, and he can maybe start a 5-3 double play. The Governors have turned 1 double play so far. That came back in the bottom of the fourth inning. But the tying run is now at the plate. First pitch is high and outside for ball 1. And Zabel, who had thrown just 62 pitches coming into this 6th inning, is starting to rack up the pitches here in the 6th inning. That one will miss low and outside. The count's now 2-0. That was pitch number 78. Still got plenty of pitches to work with, but under 30 pitches to go now. This will be fouled to the right side or back to the netting, and the count goes to now 2-1. Base hit can make it a 4-2 ball game. Ground ball can also get you out of the inning. Here's a 2-1 from Zabel. That is upstairs, and the count's now 3-1. There is activity. J.J. Buckles getting loose out in the left field bullpen. He's your shutdown guy, your closer. Zabel comes set. Here's a 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Hartman might have chased ball 4. The count goes now 3-2. It's a big strike for Zabel. A little bit of not so much a sigh of relief quite yet, but can take advantage of Hartman maybe chasing ball 4. Go get him for a strikeout or any way to get him out. Here's a 3-2 pitch from Zabel. Chopper at the plate, that is foul. The count remains full at 3-2. Runners are at first and second with 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. After a 3-run homer from Charlie Simpson in the top of the 6th inning, Governors are trying to get the shutdown inning, get them to the 7th with at least a 3-run lead. 3-2. That is fouled back out of play again. Will remain at 3 balls and 2 strikes. On deck, Mason Herman. He can also help get himself off the hook if he gets a chance to hit with either the bases loaded, whatever it might be, with less than 2 outs. 3-2 pitch. That'll be ball 4. That'll get to the backstop. And the bases are now loaded with 2 walks and a single sandwich between. And Coach Ryan Kruger will make his way out and have a chat here with Mason Herman. Or excuse me, with Jet Zabel, with Mason Herman waiting at the plate. Again, J.J. Buckholz is getting loose right now out in the left field bullpen, and he's thrown 5 in the 3rd innings. This would be his 5th appearance if he does get that opportunity. He does have a save. His ERA has gone down to 5.25 and whip at 1.88. Batting average against at 150. He had just one bad outing where he was not able to get anybody out. He gave up a couple runs, didn't get anybody out. So this becomes an all-important at-bats. Try and keep this a 4-1 score. So the bases are loaded here with 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Mason Herman at the plate. Zabel will go from the windup. First pitch to him. Taken on the inside edge, inside corner for strike 1. Zabel ahead in the count now, looking for a ground ball somewhere on the infield. There's your ground ball. Schuffelbein will field. He'll come home with it. Simpson stays on the bag, or stays on the plate. He had to dive for it, was able to make the play. There's 2 down. And the bases remain loaded. A huge play to keep this a 4-1 game. Didn't get that chance for a 5-2-3 double play, but did get the lead runner. And there's now 2 down, and it's Kendon Skinner's opportunity to try and, well, if the shot to the gap could tie the game up. Skinner's 0 for 2 with 2 groundouts. First pitch will miss low for ball 1. Corners go back in their normal spots. They were in trying to get that double play or at least get that run out at home. That one is flown out of play as Skinner might have climbed the ladder a little bit and chased ball 2, but the count is now 1-1. The bases loaded, 2 outs. They loaded them up with 1 out. Got a huge ground ball for a fielder's choice. And now Zabel trying to work his way around a bases loaded jam. 1-1 pitch. That one bounces in. Good block there by Simpson. The count goes now 2-1. Buckholz is still loosening out in the bullpen, trying to stay loose out in the bullpen. Here's a 2-1 from Zabel. That bounces in again. Simpson blocks it up, but the count is now 3-1. And here's a good hitter's count for Skinner, who is trying to get his first hits of the season. Would drive in at least a run, if not 2, and depending on where it goes, could drive in all 3. They're down by 3 right now as Mitchell. 3-1 pitch from Zabel. Inside for ball 4, and it makes it a 4-2 ball game. A 2-out RBI walk. And Skinner will get the RBI.
Center fielder, number 6, Hudson Borgen.
And now here is Hudson Borgen. A base hit could tie the game up now. First pitch to Borgen is high and outside for ball 1. And will this be the last hitter that Zabel faces? Not quite at the point where he take him out because of pitch count, but just to try and bring in Buckholz to get out of this inning. That one will be flown out of play on the right side. And the count goes to now 1-1. And again, with 2 outs and the bases loaded, Skinner, who is on at first, on the crack of the bat, he was almost passing up Herman. Obviously can't do that, but he was almost passing up Herman at second base. Morgan steps back in. He is right up on that line in the batter's box. 1-1 pitch. That one will miss just low and away, and the count goes to now 2-1. 4-2 score on the American Family Insurance Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. Bases loaded with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. 2-1 pitch. That one will drop in for a strike, and the count goes to now 2-2, and Zabel will strike away from getting out of this inning and sending us to the 7th with the Governors leading by 2. Zabel from the windup. He'll deliver the 2-2 pitch. That one taken for strike 3, and that will retire the side here in the bottom of the 6th inning. A run does score on just 1 hit in the inning. There were no errors, but 3 men left on base. We head to the 7th. The Governors lead it 4-2 over Mitchell. Back in a minute here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
AGE Corporation's Contractors and Crane Service is a proud supporter of Pierre Governor Athletics. For almost 60 years, AGE has been building South Dakota. For all your site work construction and crane work needs this season, AGE is here to help. Give them a call. AGE Corporation and Crane Service, 223-2732. That's 223-2732. AGE, proud supporters of local sports.
At AgTegra, we're leveraging the power of the cooperative to benefit our farmers and ranchers, their families, and local communities. We're creating jobs for your neighbors and putting money back into our communities. We're lending a hand in our rural fire departments, food banks, and 4-H and FFA programs. That's what local is all about. When you do business at AgTegra, you help us make a difference in your community. AgTegra, strong, stable, dependable, and local.
It is the top of the 7th, and the Pierre Governors are leading on the American Family Insurance Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard 4-2 over the Mitchell Colonels and have 8-9-1. Dawson Getz, Carter Schuffelbein, and George Stalley be the first 3 hitters. Anybody reaches base, it'll be Nolan Peterson. And the Governors want to try and extend this 4-2 lead going in the 7th. It'll be as well 8-9-1 for Mitchell in the bottom of the 7th inning after being able to only score 1 run with the bases loaded and 1 out. They didn't get 1 run across, but they were 1 hit away from at least tying the ball game up and a gap away from taking the lead back. They led 1-0 after the first inning on a sacrifice fly from Jackson Hartman. Before it was Charlie Simpson that had an RBI double to tie the game up in the top of the 4th. We stayed 1-1 until the top of the 6th when Simpson hit a 3-run shot. Then the bases loaded walk for Kendon Skinner made it a 4-2 ball game where we stand here to start the top of the 7th. First pitch from Dawson Getz will miss low and inside for ball 1. Getz is 0 for 1 so far. Did have a sacrifice bunt in his last trip to the plate. That'll be taken at the knees for a strike, and the count is even at a ball and a strike here to Dawson Getz. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That will bounce in. Blocked up by Bros, and the count's now 2-1. And J.J. Buckles is out still in the left field bullpen. Trying to stay loose. 2-1 pitch. There was a line shot, base hit for Dawson Getz to kick off the top of the 7th. Going the other way is Getz for a base hit.
Next for Pierre, the third baseman, number 10, C. Schuffelbein.
And now here is Carter Schuffelbein, who is 0 for 2. Struck out swinging in the top of the 3rd and lined out the shortstop in the top of the 5th inning. We'll see if maybe he is going to show bunt. He is showing bunt, drops it down, and it will be in front of the pitcher and Parker Mandel, who does fire a strike to first base where Herman is covering and is able to get Schuffelbein out at first. And it is a successful sacrifice bunt.
Number 1, George Stalley.
And now here is George Stalley, who is 0 for 3. So the Govs do get that runner into scoring position. As he waits on the first pitch that is outside for ball 1. One on and one out here at the top of the 7th. 1-0 pitch coming here from Parker Mandel to George Stalley. That is taken On the inside corner for a strike, and the count is even at a ball and a strike. 4 runs on 5 hits, 1 error, and 3 men left on base so far for the Governors. That'll come inside on Stallion. The count goes now 2-1. 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 5 men left on base for Mitchell. We play here in the 7th. 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. And it's now 2-2. The big at-bats. Big run out there at second base. Two-run ball game right now here in the 7th. Parker Mandel will step off and reset. Nolan Peterson will have a crack at it. Maybe Staley can trade places with, yes, there's a swing and a miss, but it's going to get to the backstop. Staley will get to first base, and it's going to be first and third without a play, and a strikeout, but a wild pitch. Makes it first and third with 1 out.
Number 4, Nolan Peterson.
So not how you draw it up, but does the job and makes it first and third here with 1 out and a chance for Nolan Peterson, who doubled back in the first inning. Try and drive in a run. And an RBI bases loaded walk in game number 1. First pitch is over for strike 1 to Peterson. Looking to be the first guy other than Charlie Simpson to get an RBI for the Govs in game 2. Stepping off was Parker Mandel and bluffing the throw to first. If Staley can get a decent jump over at first base, he can steal second, but not running again. This will be off of Bros. Bros will throw it to second, and Staley will take it anyway. And staying at third was Dawson Getz. Now that trying to let the Colonels let Pierre run themselves into an out. Now the infield will come in all the way around with runners at second and third, trying to keep this a 4-2 ball game. 1-1 pitch to Peterson. That's an off-speed pitch that drops right down the middle, and the count's now 1-2. Jet Zabel, he is on deck. That pitch is fouled back to the netting on the right side. The count remains at 1-2. Basic could make this a 6-2 lead for the Governors. Anything that gets through the infield. 1-2 pitch. That is upstairs. Now 2-2 the count. Getz leads away from third. Staley with a huge lead at second. With everybody in both the second baseman and third and shortstop in front of him. That pitch will get to the backstop. Dawson Getz will come in to score. Staley will take third. A wild pitch makes it a 5-2 ball game. As the count goes to 3-2. So now Peterson with just a runner at third base can still make this a 4-run lead, but all he's got to do is just get a fly ball to the outfield. 3-2 to Peterson. Taken for ball 4. There's a runners at first and third with 1 away here in the top of the 7th, and it brings up Jet Zabel, who can help himself out.
The pitcher, number 12, Jet Zabel.
As long as Buckles was warming up, I think that Zabel probably will not go out for the 7th inning unless they start to extend the lead. Because Zabel has thrown 96 pitches as the first pitch is fouled out of play. So he's only got 9 left to go with his 6 innings of work. So most likely we'll not see him go out for the bottom of the 7th inning. And probably we'll see J.J. Buckles, and then we'll just see where he replaces everybody in the batting order. If Zabel does come out of the ball game, or if he stays in to play right field. So we're now the final game to be played across the state. O'Gorman drops an 8-2 decision to T. In their single game, we'll see T on Sunday. That pitch was taken for a strike, but stealing second on the pitch itself was Peterson, so he is in at second. And at second and third here with one out, says the infield will come in all the way around except for the second baseman, Landon Solik, who will stay back. Well, now he'll come in. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Comes inside, and the count's now 1-2. And a base hit makes it a 6-2 lead. Actually, base hit can make it a 7-2 lead here for the Governors. 1-2 pitch. That one will get to the backstop. And runner's going to try and come in to score, and sliding in head first is Stalley with the speed to make it a 6-2 ball game. He kind of belly flopped his way across the turf and in. Peterson will take third, and the wild pitch adds another run here for the Governors and now take a 4-run lead. 2-2. That one taken for strike 3. Ball was dropped. Bros will have to throw it. Now the runner's going to try and score. The throw back to the plate, and Peterson was able to take another run. So it's a 7-2 ball game now. As the third strike was dropped by Bros and just couldn't quite make the tag on Zabel and had to throw it to first. And once he did, Peterson broke for home and was able to slide head first in. So now Simpson will hit with nobody on base and 2 outs here in the top of the 7th inning. The first pitch will miss for ball 1. So a 3-run 7th inning after a 3-run 6th inning, giving the Govs a 5-run advantage. 1-0 pitch. That one's lined out to right center field, but that will be over the head of the right fielder. Hartman couldn't make the catch. And now rounding seconds as it'll be Simpson that will stand at second base. Give him a double as well, and it's a 3-hit ball game for Charlie Simpson, 3 extra base hits. Dawson Getz, who led off the 7th with a single. That was the first single of the game for the Governors. Everything else had been been extra base hits. This one's going to drop in for a base hit. Easlin will drive in Simpson to make it now an 8-2 ball game. And as Easlin gets the RBI single, he's 1 for 4 in the ball game. And Sun and Shine now will come to the plate. Make that now Cade Kaiser that will come in and hit for Sun and Shine. 8th man to come to the plate. Cade Kaiser will take strike 1.
Batting for Pierre is Cade Kaiser.
Runner on second and 2 away. Make that runner on first and 2 away here in the top of the 7th. A 4-run 7th inning. As Kaiser fouls that one back, and the count's now 0-2. Cooper Twilger, who ended the top of the 6th inning, he is on deck. Will be the 9th man to come to the plate if he does get a chance to hit. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Parker Mandel to Kaiser. That is high and outside. The count's now 1-2. Parker Mandel got to be careful. That was close and not quite coming set. He'll come set much longer that time. 1-2 pitch is just outside. The count's now 2-2. Two-two count with 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Swing and a miss. Kaiser will strike out, and that will end the top of the 7th inning. But not before a 4-run score in the inning on 3 hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We head to the bottom of the 7th, 8-2 lead for the Governors over Mitchell. Back in a minute. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR. Watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Stolken Peterson LLP has been your local CPA firm for over 40 years, offering tax preparation, bookkeeping, payroll, and consulting services. If your business, farm, or ranch needs professional, accurate, and reliable services, we are your firm. Our clients are our number one priority. If you need a higher level of accounting service, give us a call at 605-224-5828. That's Stolken Peterson LLP, 222 East Missouri Avenue in Pierre. Comtech, your local technology solutions provider, is now located on the truck bypass. With great brands like Bose, Sonos, LG, Samsung, Lenovo, and so much more. Stop in to see their new showroom for everything in stock for your personal or business needs. Comtech provides professional installation and service after the sale. Comtech is your local technology store, located now on the truck bypass, or visit us on the web at comtechplus.com. So here in the bottom of the seventh, J.J. Buckles will come on to try and get the final 3 outs. Not a save situation anymore, as it was at that point a opportunity for, if nothing had happened in that top of the seventh, it would have been a save situation for Buckles. But was able to go those 6 innings of work as he gave up those 2 runs on overall 2 hits allowed. And it was... We'll give you the full totals here for Zabel that end up with 96 pitches in total.
34, Lincoln Bottom.
As Lincoln Bottom will lead things off in place of Blake Burrows. First pitch swinging, and it is a swing and a miss. First strike one. But Zabel, who threw 96 pitches, went 6 innings, gave up 2 runs. Only one of those 2 runs were earned. 5 walks and 5 strikeouts. There's a swing and a miss as Buckles will blow the first 2 pitches by Lincoln Bottom. Buckles, again, is outside of that one outing, has been very good on the mound, just like he was last year. 5 1/3 innings. The 0-2 pitch, good curveball that didn't get Bottom to chase. He's allowed just 3 hits in 5 1/3 innings, 6 runs, 4 of them earned. 7 walks and 5 strikeouts. Here is the 1-2 pitch. That one off the hands. Scheffelbein going back over his shoulder. He's able to make the catch. What a play by the freshman. Solid defensive play in the first outs here in the bottom of the 7th. There's one down for Ian Weber.
Number 35, Carter McCormick.
Make that Carter McCormick that will hit for Weber. As Weber went 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. The lefty will dig in. First pitch will be outside for ball 1. That was a very difficult play for Scheffelbein at third. Over the top of his head, and was able to get back enough and reach out to make the play. It's the freshman making that play look pretty easy over at third base. Counts 2-0 here to McCormick. 2-0 pitch, swing and a miss. McCormick didn't really want to swing at that pitch, but committed too soon. The count's now 2-1. Buckles 2 outs away from getting the Governors their second doubleheader sweep of the season. 2-1 pitches over for a strike, and the count's now 2-2. Two-two pitch. Just missing outside. Didn't get enough break to come back across the plate. And the count goes to the 3-2. Here to McCormick with Landon Solik on deck. 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. A strikeout for Buckles. There's 2 down. The Governors are not away from finishing out this doubleheader sweep. Solik is 0 for 2.
Next for Mitchell is the second baseman, number 8, Landon Solik.
He walked back in the first, came around to score one of the 2 runs for the Mitchell Colonels. He grounded out to Scheffelbein at third and flew out of the right fielder. First pitch is over for strike 1. You're listening to KCCR Pierre Riverfront Broadcasting Station. Just past 9 o'clock with Drew McIntyre back at the station. John Wickler here with the chance of this being the final batter of our doubleheader. It was a 1-1 tie going in the top of the 6th inning. Now we stand at 8-2 with a 3-run 6 on a 3-run homer from Charlie Simpson and a 4-run 7th for the Governors. 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. It's 1-2, and the Governors are a strike away to moving to 9-4 in the season with Brookings on deck on Friday. Buckles gets a sign from the windup, delivers the 1-2 pitch. That one is fouled back, and we'll do it again at 1-2. Pierre team has been able to hit well with runners in scoring position in this doubleheader, at least run the bases well in this doubleheader as well. Here's the 1-2 pitch again. I want to bounce in. The count's now 2-2. The catcher, Charlie Simpson, who got the game-winning. At this point right now would be the game-winning hit with that 3-run homer, giving them a 4-1 lead that would stand up. The 2-2 pitch is upstairs, and the count's now 3-2. Obviously, still got to get the final out here in this 7th inning. But 2 outstanding starts from Miles Doyle and Jet Zabel, both going 6 innings, combining to give up just 3 runs. 3-2 pitch will miss for ball 4. And the game will continue for at least one more hitter. Peyton Mandel will come to the plate. He drew a walk back in the bottom of the 6th.
The runner on first, number 13, the shortstop, Peyton Mandel.
Grounded out to the third baseman and Schuffelbein in his first at bat. Then he lined down to the second baseman and Peterson. Back in the 3rd inning. First pitch is missing outside for ball 1. He walked and was thrown out on a force play at home. When the bases loaded, a ground ball was hit to Schuffelbein at 3rd. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss, and the count is now at a ball and a strike. Here to Peyton Mandel. Buckles will come set from the stretch. 1-1 pitch. That is high and inside. The count is now 2-1. We got one more road trip to go. Be Brookings on Friday, and then after that, the next time you want to travel would be when you have to travel out to the Birdcage in Sioux Falls. Other than that, you control your own destiny to be at home, be one of the top 8 teams to host that Super Region round, which is new for this year, as it counts now 3-2. And again, the Governors are a strike away from finishing out this doubleheader sweep. But if you stay in the top 8, you get to host. Top 8, or those 8 teams winning the region rounds will go to the state tournament. 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and a strikeout for Buckles, and that retires his side and wins the ball game. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. 8-2 winner for the Pierre Governors as they get the doubleheader sweep of the Mitchell Colonels. Back in 2 minutes to wrap it up from Mitchell. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR, watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Comtech, your local technology solutions provider, is now located on the truck bypass. With great brands like Bose, Sonos, LG, Samsung, Lenovo, and so much more. Stop in to see their new showroom for everything in stock for your personal or business needs. Comtech provides professional installation and service after the sale. Comtech is your local technology store, located now on the truck bypass, or visit us on the web at comtechplus.com. Nystrom Electrical Contracting in Pierre has been providing professional sales, service, and installation since 1977. Whether you're starting from scratch, new construction, or you're upgrading your current system at your home, farm, or office, give the professionals at Nystrom Electrical Contracting a call. They've got a lot of bright ideas. Call Nystrom's today to schedule a free computer-generated estimate. The number is 224-8750, or visit their website at nystromelectric.com.
Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping wants to make it easy for you to get that lush green lawn and that yard haven that you've been dreaming of. Visit dakotasprinkler.com to make appointments for sprinkler system spring startup, service calls, fall winterization, and landscaping quotes. trust Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping's professionals to get you through the planning and installation to make your landscaping needs a reality. Visit dakotasprinkler.com today.
With any dream, the wind won't always be at your back. The sun won't always be shining, and some rain is going to fall. American Family Insurance is like a good, solid roof that you can trust to protect your biggest dreams. With plans that could save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. Also, you can continue to dream fearlessly, no matter what comes your way. American Family Insurance.
Visit mfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company assigned its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact the Brittany Shufflebine Agency, LLC, 224-6627. Pierre Governors, they win its doubleheader sweep over the Mitchell Colonels here tonight with a big win in game number 1, 7-0 over the Mitchell Colonels, and then won 8-2 in game number 2, as they, in game 2, took an RBI double from Charlie Simpson to tie the game at 1-1 at the top of the 4th inning, and then a 3-run shot from Simpson in the 6th inning gave the Govs the lead for good. They added a 4 spot in the 7th when it was a 4-2 game. They got another 4 runs that scored to make it a 8-2 win. Only 1 RBI with the Spencer Easland's RBI make that Charlie Simpson, who had, I believe, had an RBI double in there. Well, he did not have an RBI double, but 1 RBI for Spencer Easland made it a 8-2 game, and that was the only RBI in that 7th inning. But Jet Zabel was outstanding again on the mound, giving up just 2 hits in 6 innings, 2 runs, only 1 of them earned, 5 walks and 5 strikeouts. J.J. Buckles finished out the job, giving up just 1 walk and had 2 strikeouts in that final inning of work that he had, as the Govs pick up the 8-2 win. 8 runs on 7 hits, 1 error, and 4 men left on base. 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 6 men left on base for the Mitchell Colonels. Time of the ball game was 1 hour and 56 minutes, with Mason Herman drawing the loss, Jet Zabel getting the win. Charlie Simpson, can't say enough about him. 3 for 4 day in game number 2, 2 doubles with the 3-run home run, 4 runs driven in total for Charlie Simpson, who had himself a magnificent second game, and the difference for the Governors in that second game win. They are now 9-4 on the season, and they will be taking on the Brookings Bobcats coming up on Friday. Again, that's weather pending. There is some rain in the forecast, and we'll see how that goes. But the Brookings Bobcats scheduled to host the Pierre Governors with a 5 o'clock start of the doubleheader out there. And that's will be the final time that the Governors will be on the road. I mentioned that just a little bit ago. If the Governors do take care of business the rest of the way, and especially take care of business at home, they will find themselves hosting that Super Region round, and then they wouldn't have to travel again until the state tournament when they want to travel again after their doubleheader on Friday against Brookings. But great night overall for the Pierre Governors. They outscore Mitchell 15-2 in those 2 games and pick up 2 big wins to carry them in here at the end of April with just 2 more doubleheaders left to go before again the month of May. It's a good Monday night sweep for the Pierre Governors over the Mitchell Colonels here in a 7-0 win in game 1 and an 8-2 win in game number 2. I want to say thanks to Drew McIntyre back at the station. John Wickley here signing off, as we'll be on the air on Friday, 4:45. With the weather, that potential weather impending, we'll see. We'll keep you updated on KCCR and online at kccrradio.com, along with our Facebook pages as well, for the latest in that potential of playing that doubleheader in Brookings. But it is a 7-0 win in game 1, 8-2 win in game number 2. For Drew McIntyre back at the station, John Wickley here signing off. Pierre Governors, doubleheader sweep. We say so long from Mitchell.
You've been listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Pierre Governor Baseball is brought to you in part by Bank West, Beck Motors, Avera, Todd's Electric, Shane's Pharmacy, and Stulkin Peterson, Walti & Jones, LLP. And by American Family Insurance, Brittany Shufflebine Agency, Yay Gare, May Adam, Wegner Auto, Comtech, Gales Gas, Owyhee Federal Credit Union, Ferding Electric, and AGE Corporation. Pierre Governor Baseball is also brought to you by Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, True Green Chemlawn, Nystrom Electric, Fisher Rounds, Faith Lutheran Church, and CHS River Plains. And by Lamb Motors, First Dakota National Bank, Edward Jones Financial, South Dakota Office of the Attorney General, Division of Consumer Protection, and Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping. Join us all season here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports for more Pierre Governor Baseball. This has been a